I'm Ryan, that's Brent. This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we're covering the real-life Men in Black. Are they real? Are they as charming as their Hollywood counterparts?
You know, watching Men in Black, I never knew it was based on a true story.
Today we find out. The Men in Black are typically described as wearing black suits, being expressionless, cold, sinister, and in some cases, inhuman. The Men in Black seem to only talk to two kinds of people: those who claim to have seen a UFO and those who research UFOs. They present themselves as part of a secret organization, sometimes even producing a white card with a crest and the word security on it. And in some cases, they refer to each other by number rather than name. They threaten and scare people into remaining silent about their UFO encounters and/or research. Think of them as the cleaners of the extraterrestrial universe.
How much black do they actually wear? Do they look like the Men in Black that we see in the movies?
We'll get into what they really look like later.
Once they pull apart their skin and the alien comes out.
Now that you know the basics, here are, in my opinion, the most terrifying reports of encounters with the Men in Black. The first ever recorded experience with the Men in Black came from Harold Dahl in June 1947. Harold Dahl was out on his boat in the Puget Sound where he claimed he saw 6 giant donut-shaped objects in the sky. One of the objects fell apart, spilling debris that killed his dog and injured his son. He took photos of the debris but said they were later fogged over by a man in black who told him not to speak of the incident.
They had donuts in 1947? How old are donuts?
What?
You said he saw donut-shaped objects in the sky.
That's what you were thinking of when I was telling you that story? His fucking dog died.
Yeah.
Okay. The next incident comes from Robert Richardson in 1967. Robert Richardson reported that he collided with a UFO while driving at night in Toledo, Ohio. On impact, the object vanished. Richardson took home a small lump of metal that he believed was from the UFO. A week later, Richardson said he was visited by 2 men in black suits. He said the 2 men asked for the piece of metal from the site, but when Richardson informed them that he had turned it over for testing, they threatened him. Quote, "If you want your wife to stay as pretty as she is, then you'd better get the metal back." End quote. Richardson never heard from the men again and still has no idea how they knew about the metal.
Why didn't he go to the police? Why did he search on the internet? What do I do?
I think he may have gone to the police. There is no internet, by the way. It's in 1967. He probably just searched. However people searched back then, I don't know. Fucking
encyclopedias.
I don't know.
Jinx.
The next encounter happened in New Jersey in 1968. Jack Robinson, a UFO researcher, and his wife Mary were terrorized by a man in black that would stand across the street from their apartment building. They reported their apartment appeared to be rummaged through, and after seeing the strange man for 3 days in a row, their friend Timothy Green Beckley decided to get a closer look and managed to snap a picture. This is a rare instance of a reported MIB caught on camera.
How do we know he's actually dressed in black if it's a black and white picture? Could be a dark navy.
Okay. These next encounters I'm going to go over are a little more bizarre and offer much stranger implications. On September 11th, 1976, Dr. Herbert Hopkins, a doctor living in Maine, was studying a UFO incident when he reportedly got a phone call from a man who identified himself as a representative of a New Jersey UFO organization. The man asked if Dr. Hopkins was alone and if they could review research. Dr. Hopkins agreed, and by the time he hung up the phone and turned on the lights outside, Dr. Hopkins claimed the man was somehow already coming up the stairs to his door. Hopkins' description of the man is the most horrifying yet. The man wore a neatly tailored black suit, was bald with no eyebrows or eyelashes, and had smooth, dead white plastic skin like a doll. His lips were ruby red, and his speech was expressionless and monotone as if you were hearing a machine.
Question.
Oh God.
He's pale, really tight fake skin, but the thing they choose to make real is the ruby red lips. They put all their technology into making those lips super realistic, but the rest of the man can't speak normal and he looks horrible, like his face is skin white. What?
The man in black told Hopkins to take out a coin and said, "Watch the coin." After that, Hopkins claims, quote, "It started to develop a silver color instead of copper, and then the silver became bluish, and the penny was getting quite fuzzy, out of focus, blurred, and then it simply was gone. It slowly dematerialized," end quote. After that, Hopkins said the man ordered him to destroy his UFO research.
Encounters like this, if they were real, they would not be this interesting.
If in the off chance this actually happened, how shitty would that be? If you tell a story, no one's gonna believe you first off, and second off, you're gonna look like a crazy person. This next encounter is with someone you probably know. Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
In January 2002, Dan Aykroyd sold a TV show called Out There to the Sci-Fi Network that would break serious ground on a wide range of topics in the alien media landscape. In the middle of conducting further interviews for the show, Dan stepped outside for a break where he reported seeing a black Ford sedan appear suddenly across the street. Dan reports that one large man in black got out of the car and gave Dan a dirty look. Dan said he looked away for a brief second, and when he turned back, the car was gone. 2 hours after the car disappeared, Dan was given bad news from the producers of the show. Dan said, quote, "We were told we were not to continue taping, and the show was canceled, and none of them would air." End quote.
Why is it not the government? Why is it some weird alien organization coming after them?
If that were to be true, that would mean that the government is in accordance with these aliens already.
So the Men in Black could show up at Obama's desk and be like, "Hey, stop looking for aliens, you pesky human."
But I saved the best encounter for last.
Okay.
On October 14, 2008, near Niagara Falls, hotel manager Shane Sovar, along with a hotel security guard, reported seeing a large triangular UFO outside his hotel. A group called the Aerial Phenomenon Investigations Team looked into the incident. They reported that a couple weeks later, according to 3 other witnesses, 2 unidentified men in black visited the hotel. The men in black terrified the hotel staff and were looking for Shane Sovar and the hotel security guard, who were luckily not there at the time. And when Shane Sovar reviewed the hotel security footage, he discovered that the camera had actually caught 2 men on tape. What we're about to watch is that footage.
No one's gonna die, are they?
No. Sovar reported that the witnesses described the men as tall with black suits, black hats, identical faces, extremely pale skin, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, and abnormally large eyes. A woman who spoke with the men claimed that she felt that the men knew what she was thinking. Is this video proof that the MIB exist? Or is this video simply an internet hoax?
Can I be 100% honest?
Yeah.
I'm really trying here. They just look like businessmen.
So you just think there's 2 abnormally large?
They were abnormally large?
They look...
Oh look, they look the same. The one pixel, it's so blurry.
Okay, look at this guy right here. The fucking guy standing next to the door.
Okay.
Look at him next to them. Unless he's super tiny.
Are basketball players aliens? Is Kobe? Is your precious Kobe an alien?
No, I mean, he might be, actually.
Yeah, he might be.
Unfortunately, most cases of UFO or alien encounters come in the form of first-person accounts, and the MIB are no different. Do they exist? Are they from the government? Are they even human? Ultimately, it comes down to what you believe. Me personally, I believe that while they may not be aliens, even I can't believe that, I do believe that there may be a government agency out there that would regulate these sort of things to prevent mass hysteria.
I can buy into the fact that the Men in Black may be a real thing, but I cannot give you the satisfaction that they are covering up aliens.
There are certain things like ghosts or aliens or demons that
Well, no, I'd say if those exist, then that becomes part of the science, and there's an explanation behind those things.
See, this is
and
where
it's logical.
This is where we'll always disagree because not everything can be explained by science or logic, in my opinion.
No. No.
One day there's going to be definitive proof of one of these
One
things
day
happening.
more.
There's going to be definitive proof of something happening, and I'm going to be there when that day happens, Brent.
And
I'm
this
gonna
is
be
when we
there.
know the video is over.
No, and I'm going to be there, and you know, no, yeah, you can walk away like you always do, but one day it's going to happen, and trust me, sir, I will be there, and I won't even say anything. I'll just smile at you like this.
All right.